Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, my fellow SLPs, teachers, and parents. Today we are going to be talking about how we can integrate virtual reality into our students' and children's world in order to help them learn. Now, when I talk about virtual reality, I'm really just focusing on our being able to interact with a 3D environment using technology. Now, one of my favorite sites is actually the National Geographic 360 site. I mean, as a child, I absolutely loved reading the National Geographic magazines. I loved watching Animal Planet. I still do. It's just always such a beautiful experience to be able to go to places that, I may not be able to access due to time or due to it being so remote, things like that. And so this is something that we can bring to our kiddos so that they can also experience this in maybe in the future, experience it in a very real physical way. But in the meantime, we can at least take them there and allow them to learn, vocabulary that's related to language that's appropriate for those environments, and just to broaden their perspective, their world knowledge, so that they're able to talk about these things with their friends, right? Because we're all about speech and language development. So on here you can see they have a multitude of different experiences that you can interface with on their site. You can interface just using your laptop, or if you have like a VR, a virtual reality headset, you can use that as well. So look here, we could actually go to Africa and see the lions. We could go to see a volcano as well. We can go to an underwater national park. I mean, even a roller coaster ride, you guys. I mean, this is great for our children who might have difficulty with different social experiences or their pragmatic skills and how to behave in different environments and what type of language to use, things like that. So, a lot of times as SLPs, we'll create a social story for our students. Well, this is something that could be easily integrated into their social story. So we could actually physically take them there and they could experience, like as close as they can, what riding a roller coaster would feel like. Today, though, I'm actually going to take us to Antarctica, okay? And this is a place that most of us will probably never be able to go to, but I thought it would be fun to try on our demo today.
Here in my home
So
state of
once we get
Florida,
past
the
our
water
ad, we'll be able to
situation is
visit, and that's
unsustainable.
one thing you'll
It's
notice.
little
You
water-saving
will have a
measures,
little ad
fixing that
here
leaky
and there.
faucet, or just not pre-rinsing our dishes that can help make a huge.
But that's all right. We'll just, a lot of times I'll mute it, like this, and then I'll just continue to talk with my student in preparation. So we're going right now into our demo. You can already hear how it sounds. You can talk about these types of things with your students. What does it look like there? Do you think it's hot or cold? I mean, you can talk about so many different areas within this. Like, who do you see? What do you think they're doing? You could take a graphic organizer and have them start to complete it based on this visual. And so if you look in the top left corner, you can see you can actually control the screen. So you can take different views, and I just paused it so you can see, but you can take different views of where you're at. Okay, so you see our researchers, I'm assuming, who are here exploring Antarctica. Let's continue. Okay, and so it looks like, they're stopping and looking at something, and you could ask your students, what do you think they're looking at? You could talk about icebergs. You could talk about the mountains. You can talk, and a lot of times I like to even get a map out for my students to say, hey, where is Antarctica located? Just to kind of start to get their geography. And then what do we hear? So let's look around and see what we're hearing. Oh, and look, there's a sea lion, or excuse me, a seal. And so we could talk about seals and learn a little bit more about them. And then we could talk about, penguins as well and describe them and what they like to eat. So you could really branch out with this specific activity. We could do counting. We could do so many different things. Okay, so let's get out of here. And so you can see, like a lot of times I'll use an activity like this to build on another activity, or this could be your primary one. But, I might go to another site where it has like a reading sample about penguins or about seals and try to expand their knowledge that way. But I'm really trying to hit all of their senses, whether, it's visually, whether it's auditorily, whether it's tactilely, where they're having to write things out. And so I'm trying to give them so much bombardment, so much information in different ways so that it sticks, right? So that's my goal, right? And I assume that's your goal as well when you're providing speech language services to your students. Okay, I hope you've liked National Geographic 360 and you found this helpful and that you'll add it to your tool bank. Okay, take care, you guys, and I'll see you next time.